On one hand, we have the Samsung S24, newly launched with Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, and on the other, we have Vivo X200 FE. So, which is the best all-rounder compact flagship device you can buy from this Android world? Two compact powerhouses, two different approaches. And if you're having this confusion, then without wasting any time, chalo, let's get started. Now let's talk about the looks first. Build-wise, both are solid devices with their own design, so it all your preferences. Both have glass back with aluminium frames, but there are a little bit few differences. Samsung comes with reliable Gorilla Glass Victus 2 protection but only supports IP68, whereas Vivo has its own Scotch sensation protection but supports both IP68 and 69. Vivo also has a flash which is temperature controlled. So which one do you prefer? If you ask me, then I would pick Vivo because the design feels super classy but also minimal and subtle. Now if you talk about the display, there are also a few differences. Samsung is smaller with 6.2 inches dynamic AMOLED 2x display which focuses more on color accuracy, whereas Vivo's 1.5x display has much better brightness than Samsung with a staggering 5000 nits of peak brightness. But HBM matters more, and in that case, both are pretty well-rounded devices and you won't fudge any much differences. But yes, Samsung has better ultrasonic fingerprint whereas Vivo has in-display sensor. Both are good in their own fields, but both are pretty great. Now, starting the next part, why aren't you guys subscribing to my channel? Please do subscribe to the channel and help us grow because it helps us a lot also. Now, let's talk about software, and definitely there is no competition because Samsung is much better than Vivo. It's clean, highly optimized with those amazing Galaxy Eye features which has no competition at all. It has 7 years of OS update, so 5 more are still available, so it's a crazy good amount of time. But Vivo is also not far behind. With its new Origin OS, it has picked up the pace. The UI looks much more futuristic now, the flip cards on the lock screen is an amazing feature according to me. The customizations have improved, but yes, it's still not bloatware free. It has promised 4 years of OS update, and also it has just launched, so time will tell how much it's good or how well it can go and whether it's able to beat One UI in the future or not. Now let's talk about the performance and the battery life. I'm talking about the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 version of S24, not the Exynos, so which is I'm currently using right now, and I feel that it is one of the best chips that you can buy at this 45k range. It's last year flagship, so multitasking or RAM management is done effortlessly. But yes, it's not the best device for gaming since compact phones have very poor thermals, and same in this case also. Yes, casual gaming can be done, but this is purely for overall usage or overall experience, so long hours of gaming cannot be fruitful. But yes, it has only 8GB of LPDDR5X RAM available, and for 128GB of ROM it has UFS 2.1, and for 256GB variant it has UFS 4.0. So overall it's a pretty well balanced performance and no issues with the performance I can say. But now coming to Vivo's Dimensity 9300 Plus, it's almost the same story. Previous year's flagship, good for daily usage, but it has some tendency of overheating sometimes. So gaming is also not enjoyable here. So long hours of gaming will give you constant frame drops, but normal usage it runs pretty well. 9300 Plus might feel that extra raw power and boost, but Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 feels much more stable and balanced according to me. Also, X200 FE has 12GB and 60GB of RAM variants, but both with UFS 3.1. Also, you will get 256GB variant and 512GB variant of storage. Now, if you come into the battery section, Vivo clears miles ahead from Samsung with its 6500 mAh battery and 90W charging, which goes well over 8 to 9 hours of medium usage or heavy usage also. Also, the phone charges within an hour, so no issues with the battery capacity or the battery backup. Whereas Samsung with its small 4000 mAh battery and 25W charging lags well behind. At least at this time, it's not at all, usable. It gives at most 5 to 6 hours on medium usage, so heavy usage maximum maybe 4 hours. Samsung does support wireless charging which Vivo doesn't, but still, battery wise Vivo is miles ahead, no competition at all. Now if we talk about the cameras, Samsung comes with its classic setup of 50MP main, 12MP ultra wide and 10MP 3x telephoto. The daylight images are amazing along with its 3x portrait shots which comes out pretty well along with great edge detection. The colors are more on the natural side than Vivo. Vivo comes with a triple camera setup of 50MP main, 50MP telephoto and 8MP ultra wide. The images are more social media ready with popped up colors which many people might prefer. Yes, sometimes because of that, they tend to mess up the white balance also, but still, it is something that many people might prefer. The portraits, by the way, are amazing on Vivo, and also, yes, as it said, it brightens up your skin, like makes you more good looking, whereas Samsung, relatively goes for a natural look. But yes, I feel ultra wide performs better on Samsung, whereas in low light images, both are pretty decent. But yes, noise is very much available in extremely low lightings. But in both the devices, the low light images are not that great to me according to me. But maybe the Vivo clicks a little bit better shots. Videography to me is much more stable and better for Samsung, which can shot up to 8K 30 fps, whereas Vivo can go up to 4K 60 fps. Color comes out to be good on both the devices, but it comes out to be punchier side on Vivo and little bit natural side on Samsung. So all it depends on your preference, which one do you prefer. There are a few extra things like the haptics feels little much better on Samsung. Samsung and Vivo both supports NFC and both have proper network connectivity, and there are no major issues as of now has been faced by the users. So it's all good on this sector also. So this was the ultimate comparison between the two most balanced compact flagships, each having their own pros and cons. You need to decide for yourself which one do you prefer, which is your more important and which is not. Samsung is available for 45k on Flipkart, whereas Vivo is little bit costly, coming above 50k range. So at this price, maybe Samsung is better value for money, but it all depends on your preferences, and maybe like during the sales or something, the Vivo's price might come down to 45k, so you can decide by then. So do let me know which one do you prefer or whether I have missed anything or not. Please do like, share and subscribe to the channel, and thank you for watching. See you next time.